Alright, Ford Falcon AU Series 2 or 3 I think. Got a phone call from wifey saying car's broken down, stuck on the side of the road. Car won't start. Looking great. I get there and I discover this. So the harmonic balancer has the outer metal ring has gone backwards towards the engine block and has dug into the crank angle position sensor and basically snapped it, so the motor won't go. And we've got to get this harmonic balancer off and replace it. I've been putting this job off for quite a while because it's such a shit of a job to do, but the reason the outer ring slips on the inner hub is there's a rubber sheath between the inner hub and the outer ring. The inner hub, the rubber will go rock hard and the ring will slip against the inner hub. But what also makes the situation worse is the air conditioning. So the belt, the serpentine belt, which goes around this pulley, goes around the air conditioning. What will happen in certain conditions, and this obviously happened on a really hot day, is that when the air conditioning's orifice tube or throttle valve, which is inside here, when it becomes clogged, all of the refrigerant that's in the air conditioning system, it backs up. So you end up, you've got your inside here, you've got the orifice tube, the throttle. You'll have no gas on this side. All of the gas will be converted to liquid on this side. What that does is it backs up in the system, and then the air conditioning compressor, it stalls. So you end up in a position on a really hot day. This has stopped compressing all the refrigerant gas because it's compressed it all into a liquid on the high pressure side of the system. This compressor remains turned on and it stalls, so it stops rotating. That then puts pressure back onto the serpentine belt, and then the end result is there's so much pressure on the system, on the belt, that this stops rotating, but this will keep rotating, and it will keep rotating the belt. And when this loses its rubberism, it becomes rock hard, the rubber, and it loses its bind between the outer ring and it just basically pushes the system back. So what I'm doing today is I'm pulling the harmonic balancer off. I'm going to change it because it's got to be done before Monday, before the kids go back to school. And yeah, we'll get the orifice tube replaced. And well, you'll notice the air conditioning starts struggling as well on those days. It's a dead sign that the tube is clogged on the inside in here. And my problem is that I don't have the special tool that's needed to get the harmonic balancer off. It's a tool made by Ford. It's about $350 to buy. So I've done this heaps of times before. I'm getting it off with a 3-jaw puller, and I will just put this on and I'll show you how to get the harmonic balancer off using a 3-jaw puller. It's a pain in the ass. It makes the job take hours to do. I've been meaning to buy that Ford tool, but I can't justify spending $350 on a tool that will get used rarely. And but the Ford tool, it literally makes the whole job a 5, at most 10-minute job, using this puller and a few 20-cent pieces. Takes forever, but it's what you got to do. So these 20-cent pieces go up inside in here. So what we've had to do is, there is a nut. This is the nut which holds the harmonic balancer off. You've got to get that nut off. There's a little trick which you can do. It takes a, what is that? A 7/8 socket. Stick it on, and then what you do is you put a bit of pipe on the end of this, and you rest the bit of pipe on the body over here. And with that on, you go around and you just use the starter motor and you crank it a little bit. And what will happen is, this will, if you've got a strong bit of pipe, it will lock the spanner against the body. And yeah, it's the easy way of loosening this nut to get it off. But you've got to be sure that when you do it, you only do little jumps on the starter motor, because you can actually break the teeth on the starter motor if you go on it too hard. And you can also break teeth on the flex plate on the back of the motor that your torque converter bolts to. I've seen teeth break off on those if you go at it too hard. Yeah, so I'll pause the video, I'll get that puller on there and we'll start pulling this off. Alright, so we got the 3-jaw puller on there without any linkages. So it's just straight claws bolted onto the 3 jaws of the puller. We now have to slip the 2 20-cent pieces down in where the nut has been removed, and then we have to get and tighten the push rod onto these 2 coins, and then we have to get the 3rd jaw and we have to stick it in and over and bolt it through, and then we start turning and the harmonic balancer comes off. So pause the video again and we'll start pulling. Alright, so there we have it. We have the 3 jaws locked in around. Each piece that it can lock into, and we've got the 20-cent piece there. In the middle. So we got 3 jaws all around that way. So now we're going to slip a socket over the back of it, and we turn it and we pull the harmonic balancer off.